Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Linda, and this is the second video in a two-part series on self-discovery. In the first part, we learned several different things, and one of the things that we talked about was the types of self-discovery. And I mentioned two different types of self-discovery. One is just the self-discovery process itself, right? The other is inquiry discovery or inquiry learning. The first part, the self-discovery part, is just as simple as and easy as it sounds. It's discovering things about yourself, and you can do that all kinds of different ways. It might be that you look up 1,000 different questions to ask yourself. Who knows? You just ask questions about yourself, like, do I like roller skating? Sure. Do I like dancing? Not so much. Do I like exercise? Sure. Do I like to cook? Yeah, okay. Do I like to build, I don't know, gardens? No, not so much, right? Who knows? It's just about exploration is what it is. Inquiry discovery is about taking that information and applying it, using it. So using it in real life situations to help you make decisions, to discover more things about yourself, to also take the answers to the questions that maybe you asked in the discovery part and apply them to real life situations to help you make decisions, to help you cope, and to help you uncover more things about yourself. So for instance, I asked the question, okay, do I like to roller skate? Yes, I do. Okay, well, don't leave it at that. Just think, okay, what else is about? I love to roller skate. I just don't like it because I did it when I was a kid. I love it. I love it because I like the wind blowing through my hair. It just makes me feel so free. And I love it because it's exercise, right? And that's good. And I love the scenery, right? And I love to look around and just visualize everything and just to take it all in. So that's self-discovery. You take the answers of that and you do something with it, okay? So now I answered all that stuff, but what did I do with it? So if I am having a rough day, it's no secret that research says that people who get out in nature tend to be more resilient, they cope better, and nature's a great way to heal yourself. So if I'm having a day where I am just really struggling emotionally and this and that, getting outside and getting in touch with nature is a great strategy, right? But getting outside, getting in touch with nature, and having that feeling that I feel when the wind is blowing through my hair and I'm seeing, all of the sights to see, and I'm getting some exercise and doing something that I love, like rollerblading or roller skating. Now that is inquiry learning. That is learning something about yourself and how to use it to navigate and to be in this world a little bit better than you were yesterday. Right? So two types that we talked about. In this video, we're going to talk about models of self-discovery, 3 different types of models. So a model is different than a type. So we're talking about types of models. It's so confusing, just go with it. So one of the models of self-discovery is temperament, and that's kind of just what it sounds like what's your temperament? It's the reason for our behaviors. So you're uncovering the reasons that you behave in ways that you do. It comes down to our morals and our values, and those things that often lie way below the surface, but they help us to make decisions. They guide us. Even when we have a hard time making a decision, it's coming from those morals and values. So that's temperament, the temperament model. The other model is the interaction model, and that's our behaviors. So we went from kind of the abstract to the concrete, our behaviors, patterns of behaviors, what we do, what we think, what we feel, those kinds of things, how we interact in situations. So interaction discovery is also what helps our relationships with people. So if we have difficulties with people, discovering what those patterns are in relationships can help improve them, right? And then the third model is the cognitive model. And this is the one that a lot of people are familiar with, and it's learning about your personality style. So for instance, if you are a patient person, which is the example I gave in the part 1 video, then okay, you maybe have a personality style, a cognitive style of patience, meaning that it kind of guides your life. Right? The cognitive style is where I like to start first. And so here's your homework. Got your pen and your paper? There's a website called 16personalities.com. And the 16 is a 16personalities.com. It's a free website, and you can take the personality a test on there. And a lot of people are already familiar with it. It's like the Myers-Briggs test, and it tells you, whether or not you have personality style that is more extroverted versus introverted, more judging versus feeling, all those kinds of things. And it gives you the 4 or 5 little letter codes afterward. Like, for instance, I'm an ENFJ, right? I am more extroverted than introverted. I'm more intuitive. I'm more feeling and judging, and I don't know, all that stuff, right? But anyway, so go take that test. Not right this minute, but after you get done with this video. So take that test. You can also print out the results from it. It doesn't cost anything, and it'll tell you on that site as well. You can look up exactly what each of those things mean, what the different types are. There's 16 types, and it'll tell you what each of those means. So I want you to get that printout, or make the printout, or save it, or do whatever you can to keep it so you can go back and refer to it later. So take that, and then I want you to make a list of all of those, the qualities or the characteristics that make up your personality style, so that you have it. Right? So I wrote down some of mine because we're going to talk about it a little more on this video. So some of the ones I wrote down is tolerant, reliable, charismatic, altruistic, leader, idealistic, selfless, sensitive, fluctuating self-esteem, struggle to make tough decisions. And so there's obviously more, but I want you to write your whole list. But we're just going to use a few of those in today's video to work with. So you make your list of all of those characteristics and personality styles, or whatever we want to call them. I don't care if you agree with them or disagree with them, just write them down. Right? So now after you write those down, then go through your list and make a little, make a little emblem by the ones that you fully, wholeheartedly agree. Make a star that, yep, this is me to a T. I know it. I accept it. It is what it is. So make a star for the ones that you know and accept. All right. Then come up with another little symbol. Make a circle. The circle are the ones that you know, but you don't like. Or maybe you're not too fond of. And then come up with another little symbol, maybe like a little hashtag or something, and see if there are things on there that people have told you, but maybe you don't fully agree with. Right? So things that people told you, but you're not fully on board with. And then one more symbol for things that you just don't agree with. That even if it's a little bit disagreement, it's like, no, I really don't see that, right? So those are the ones that you disagree with. So you have 4 codes for your list, right? And that list is going to be pretty long because that report's pretty in-depth. So the first little symbol are the things that you know and accept about you. The second is that you know, but you don't really like, or maybe just, I don't really like that about myself. The third thing is things that people have told you, but maybe you're not fully on board with. Like for me, charismatic. People have told me that, but no, I do not see myself as charismatic. And then the last one are things that you disagree with, right? For the short list that I read out, there's nothing on that part, that list, that I totally disagree with. So in other words, I haven't heard them from other people and I disagree with them. So that last one are things that you just, no, I haven't discovered that about myself, and other people don't tell me that either. So 4 things: So make your list. Then, once you make your list, what I want you to do is pick 3 things on that list that you know and accept about yourself. So things you like, things you agree with, whatever it is. You know it, you accept it, it is what it is. You are certain that that is part of your makeup. 3 things only. And then as you go through the next few days, I want you to use those 3 things to help you make decisions. It's not always going to be applicable, but in some cases it will be. Maybe in a lot of cases it will be. So take those 3 things, make a decision. So for instance, today I plan on doing a little bit of shopping today. I need to take something back that I bought for my stepson and get something else. I really don't want to go. The 3 things that I identified as my know and accept about me is that I'm reliable, I am altruistic, and I'm a leader. So now I identified those things before I came up with my decision that I need to make, right? My decision is, do I really want to go to the store, or am I going to go to the store? Well, I am reliable, I am altruistic, and I'm a leader. So in using those to make a decision, yeah, I'm going to go to the store because I'm reliable, I am altruistic, and leader. How does that really apply? Am I really a leader? But you know what? When people see the things that I do, or I see the things that I do myself, yeah, leaders do things that they often don't like to do because they do it for other reasons. So yeah, in some ways, it is a quality of being a leader, doing things that you don't really like. So take the 3 things on your list, use those 3 things to explore decisions that you need to make. So be intentional over the next few days about the decisions that you have to make, and apply those 3 characteristics to it and see how it feels to make decisions based upon those 3 things. All right, it is going to take some homework. Right? And then finally, where do you go from here? So this is not the end point of self-discovery. This is really just the starting off place. In the part 1 video, we talked about that commitment, making the commitment to, or making that decision to embark upon the journey to self-discovery. And after watching these 2 videos and learning, okay, this is going to take some work, do you still want to embark on this journey of self-discovery? Because it does require work. There's another series of videos, but you got to put in some work first before you really dive into this journey. So make sure to let me know if you have any questions about this part of the journey and getting started, doing the exercises, and using those 3 characteristics to make decisions. If you don't have any questions and things are going along well, and you go through the next few days and use those characteristics to make decisions, then move on to another set of 3. Because the idea is not to do 3 and stop, but it's to go through the whole entire list in all kinds of different ways. And that's why it takes a while. So after a few days making decisions on those 3, go to a different 3. And if you find something in that first set of 3 that, like me, the leadership, okay, maybe I'll carry that one over into my next set of 3. So next time it might be idealistic, selfless, and leader, right? So who knows? But always try to just work in combos of 3, any 3 that you want. Sometimes it's going to be some that you agree with. Sometimes it's going to be some that you don't agree with. And start using those things to make decisions. The more you do it, the more of those things you'll start to pull in, and you become more and more familiar with yourself. I believe that everyone has a recipe. I call it a recipe. They have a recipe for themselves, that your personality and your way of being and functioning in this world is based upon your recipe. It's your own unique makeup. It's the God gift and talent that He gave you to become you. And that's the journey of self-discovery. Discovering what you were made for, what your purpose is, and how you're going to do it. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful afternoon.